As a gamer old enough to remember when Mega Man first came out on the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987, System Critical 2 caught my attention as soon as I heard it was coming to PSVR2. I bought it as soon as it became available and played 90 minutes of it, clearing 2 of the 8 levels and abandoning 2 that I wasn't able to clear yet. The game attempts to capture the feel of retro platformers and inject that feeling into VR. And for me it was very successful. I felt like I was Mega Man in a fast-paced metal environment with enemies shooting at me from every direction. The running and strafing feels great. It feels exactly as you would want a game like this to feel. The repetitive but catchy soundtrack also feels reminiscent to the old 8-bit and 16-bit soundtracks you would have heard in the late 80s and early 90s games. The enemies and environments are not pixelated or 8-bit, but are simple and fit nicely into the style and feel of the game. While the game is a simple indie title, I think it succeeds at what it was trying to do, and for me didn't feel cheap or uninteresting. The challenge level on this game is pretty high. It is fast-paced, and there are difficult jumps, moving platforms, thin walkways where you can fall to your death on either side, and areas where you are being fired at from many directions, and sometimes you have to go pretty far to find a respawn point. This game is not for people who are still getting their VR legs. The only comfort settings is toggling snap turn on and off. Teleport would not really work with this kind of game, but it does mean that people might need to work their way up to being able to play it. There were a few things that I feel the game lacks. Snap and smooth turn are toggled in game by pushing the right analog stick, which PSVR2 dubs as the R3 button, rather than having a settings screen where you can just choose a comfort setting. Not only does this mean that I'm accidentally switching to snap turning throughout the game with my heavy thumb, but it also resets to snap turn every time you die and load at a save point. I would much rather there be an option on the main screen for the turning you want to use and have it stay on that setting instead of toggling back and forth. When you die in game, you will automatically return to the respawn point, but there is no way to leave a map that I know of if you feel like you can't complete it, other than exiting the game and reloading at the main menu. I unlocked an item called a shield grenade launcher, which I know because I got a PlayStation trophy for unlocking it, but I have no idea how to access it. Judging by what I've seen so far, though, I will say I did enjoy the experience and look forward to returning to it. The game is priced on PSVR2 at a reasonable $19.99 US, and for a launch day price, that seems fair, though I do imagine some people would feel better waiting for this game to go on sale. While I can calculate that there is probably around 2 to 3 hours of actual content in this game, judging by the amount of time it took me to beat the 2 of the 8 levels, I doubt anyone is going to beat the game that quickly on a first playthrough. I don't really anticipate this game having a lot of replay value for most people, and I don't deny that the enemies and landscapes are simplistic and kind of repetitive. If you are a fan of retro platform games from the 80s and early 90s, this game offers a nice level of nostalgia and maybe even scratches an itch some of us have carried since childhood. But for players who aren't fans of retro games, this title might not have a lot of appeal to you. I enjoyed this title, but to really keep it fair when comparing it to other games on the PSVR2 platform, as a short indie title, I think I have to rate it as a 6.5 out of 10, with the caveat that retro gamers might value it higher than that score, and younger gamers might value it less. It is definitely a game designed to target a very specific audience, and I appreciate what the single developer set out to do, and I think he accomplished it. I am new to YouTube and still trying to get my rhythm with making these videos. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any advice for me, or if there is any game you would like to see me cover, please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching, and game on.